The champagne glass froze halfway to my lips as I heard Chloe's voice echoing from the hotel conference room. Remember? I need tears. Real tears. If he doesn't cry, this whole thing is pointless. That's how I discovered my girlfriend was about to publicly humiliate me at her company's award ceremony. All for a viral moment she'd been planning for weeks. I'm Liam Miller, 32. And until that moment, I thought I knew exactly who Chloe Walsh was. We'd been together for 2 years, meeting when she joined the marketing firm where my best friend Marcus worked. She was ambitious, creative, always talking about building her brand and authentic storytelling. I found it charming at first, how passionate she was about her career. I worked as a software developer at a small startup, preferring code to cameras, algorithms to audiences. My days were spent solving problems with logic, not likes. Maybe that's why I missed the signs that I'd become less of a boyfriend and more of a prop in her carefully curated life. The relationship had started genuinely enough. Coffee dates where we'd talk for hours about everything and nothing. Weekend hikes where she'd leave her phone in the car. Quiet Sunday mornings with books and breakfast. But somewhere along the way, every moment became an opportunity for content. Every dinner became a photo shoot. Every conversation became a potential caption. I have this habit of tapping my fingers when I'm thinking index to pinky and back again, like playing an invisible piano. Chloe used to find it endearing, would hold my hand to still it. Lately, she'd just film it, adding captions about my quirky boyfriend for her stories. The annual company gala was being held at the Marriott downtown. Black tie event, 500 guests, and Chloe was receiving the Rising Star Award for a campaign she'd led. I'd arrived early to help her with last-minute preparations, something I always did. She claimed she was in a meeting with her team, so I wandered the hallways, checking my phone, waiting. The hotel smelled like expensive cologne and fresh flowers, that particular mixture that screams important event. My rented tuxedo felt stiff, the bow tie slightly too tight. I loosened it a fraction, then heard them. The conference room door was slightly ajar, fluorescent lights spilling into the dim hallway. Chloe's laugh, that distinctive, calculated laugh she used when scheming, made me pause. Through the crack, I could see her with Maya Roberts, Nicole Turner, and Ashley Kim, her inner circle who called themselves the Content Queens. The room had that sterile conference smell, dry air, marker boards, and burnt coffee. They'd pushed the chairs aside, and Chloe was literally staging positions, moving her friends like chess pieces. So after they announced my award, Chloe was saying, pacing in her crimson dress, I'll call Liam up to the stage to thank him. That's when I dropped the bomb. Nicole, short, with platinum blonde hair, was practically vibrating with excitement. The timing is perfect. Everyone will have their phones out already because of your award. Maximum exposure. And I've got 3 cameras positioned, Maya added, her nails clicking against her phone screen. 1 at each exit, 1 on the main table. We'll get every angle of his face when you say it. My grandfather once told me that life was like a chess game. Sometimes you had to sacrifice pieces to win. But the best players saw the whole board before making their move. Standing in that hallway, I finally understood what he meant. I wasn't a player in this game. I was a pawn about to be sacrificed. What exactly are you going to say? Ashley asked, adjusting what looked like a small camera disguised as a brooch on her dress. Chloe's smile was cold. I'll thank him for 2 wonderful years, then say that sometimes love means knowing when to let go. That we're better as friends. The key is to make it sound noble, like I'm doing him a favor. God, he's going to lose it, Nicole giggled. Remember his reaction when you pretended to flirt with that trainer? His face went so red. My stomach turned. That night 3 months ago, I'd thought she was drunk, not performing. That's the point, Chloe said, checking her reflection. If he begs, I look desirable. If he gets angry, I'm the victim. If he cries, it's viral gold. But here's the best part after a week of him trying to win me back. I'll do a reconciliation video. Those get massive engagement. Maya pulled up something on her tablet. The relationship coach brand wants authentic breakup content. This is perfect. 2 videos for the price of 1 humiliation, Ashley added. Genius. I pulled out my phone and hit record, angling it through the door crack. My hand was shaking, but I needed proof. I managed to capture about 40 seconds before footsteps in the hallway made me pocket the device and walk away. I went straight to the bathroom, locked myself in a stall, and played back the recording. The audio was muffled but audible. I'd caught viral gold clearly, and something about reconciliation video, but most of it was hard to make out. Not exactly a smoking gun, but it was something. I texted Marcus. At the bar, need you. He showed up 5 minutes later, already in his tuxedo. What's wrong? I showed him the video. He squinted at my phone, replaying it twice. I can barely hear it, but is she saying what I think she's saying? She's planning to dump me on stage. For content. Marcus's face darkened. That tracks, actually. She's been weird lately. Last week, she made me take photos of her crying, said it was for emotional range in her portfolio. She made you photograph her crying. Fake crying. She had eye drops and everything. He shook his head. I thought it was just another influencer thing. We went back into the ballroom. I noticed how several of Chloe's co-workers would glance at me, then quickly look away. The kind of look you give someone who doesn't know they're about to get fired. At the coat check, I overheard 2 women from Chloe's department talking. I can't believe she's actually going through with it, one said. I know, poor guy. But it'll probably work. Everything she does goes viral. They noticed me listening and hurried away. At 8:55, I took my position at our assigned table. The ballroom was stunning crystal chandeliers, white roses, the works. The air was thick with perfume and anticipation. Chloe kept glancing at me, her smile too bright. She was wearing the necklace I'd given her for our anniversary, a delicate gold chain with a compass pendant. The irony wasn't lost on me. Maya, Nicole, and Ashley had positioned themselves around the room. I saw Nicole whisper something to the people at her table, probably warning them something interesting was about to happen. The CIO took the stage. Tonight, we celebrate excellence. Our Rising Star Award goes to someone who embodies innovation, creativity, and bold thinking. Chloe Walsh, please join me. She practically floated up the steps. Her acceptance speech was polished, hitting all the right notes about teamwork and innovation. Then she turned to me. Before I leave this stage, she said, her voice catching, I need to thank the most important person in my life. Liam, could you join me up here? The spotlight found me. 500 faces turned to watch. I stood slowly and walked to the stage. Each step felt like a mile. Chloe took my hand as I reached her, gripping it tight. Liam has been my rock for 2 years, she began. He's taught me so much about love, about growth, about knowing yourself. I saw Maya lift her phone. Nicole was recording. Ashley had her camera ready. Which is why, Chloe continued, a tear rolling down her cheek. I need to be honest with everyone, especially with him. Sometimes loving someone means admitting when you've grown in different directions. Liam, I think we both know. We're better as friends. Gasps rippled through the audience. Phones came up like a wave. I let the silence hang for 3 seconds. Then I laughed. Not a cruel laugh. More like the laugh you give when you finally understand a joke that's been going over your head. Wow, I said, not reaching for the microphone, just speaking loud enough to be heard. That was beautiful, Chloe. Really moving. Her face flickered with confusion. So moving that you rehearsed it in conference room B earlier tonight. The tear on her cheek seemed to freeze. But hey, I continued, at least Maya, Nicole, and Ashley got their camera angles right. That's them, by the way I pointed to each one, strategically positioned to film your viral moment. Liam, what are you— Oh, and the best part? This isn't even a real breakup. Next week there's supposed to be a reconciliation video, right? More content, more engagement. Chloe grabbed the microphone. You're upset, I understand. I'm not upset. I'm fascinated. You turned our relationship into a 2-part miniseries without telling me I was the star. Someone from the audience called out, "Is this real?" I turned to face the room. As real as anything else on social media. You're twisting everything, Chloe said desperately. This is real. My feelings are real. Which feelings? The ones from the rehearsal or the ones from right now? There was no rehearsal. I pulled out my phone. Want to bet? The thing about bluffs is that sometimes you don't need a royal flush. Sometimes just showing you have cards is enough. The recording was mostly muffled, but Chloe didn't know that. Her face went white. Play it then, someone shouted from the audience. I don't need to, I said, pocketing my phone. Because Chloe's about to tell you herself, aren't you? About the viral relationship content you've been planning. About how this was supposed to launch your influencer career. That's not— The relationship coach brand deal? The hashtag Maya was supposed to start trending? Come on, Chloe. You're all about authenticity, right? Be authentic. The silence stretched. Chloe looked at Maya, who had lowered her phone. Nicole had stopped recording. Ashley was edging toward the exit. It wasn't supposed to be like this, Chloe said quietly into the microphone. There it is. The CEO was already moving toward the stage, his face like thunder. It was just content, Chloe said. Tears, real ones, now starting to fall. Everyone does it. Every couple has their thing. Ours could have been— Your thing, I corrected. Your content. Your viral moment. I was just the prop. I turned and walked off the stage. Behind me, I heard the CEO take the microphone, his voice tight with controlled anger. Ladies and gentlemen, let's take a brief intermission. Marcus met me at the exit. Holy hell, you okay? Yeah, let's go. As we left, I heard fragments of conversation. Did that really just happen? She planned the whole thing. That's seriously messed up. Poor guy. The next morning, I woke up to 73 text messages. I deleted them all without reading. Marcus called around noon. So the video's everywhere. What video? Someone filmed the whole confrontation. It's titled, Girl Stages Fake Breakup. Boyfriend Exposes Her. 2 million views already. The irony was perfect. Chloe got her viral moment, just not the one she wanted. She showed up at my apartment that evening. No makeup, hair in a messy bun, wearing an old sweatshirt of mine she'd stolen months ago. Can I come in? No. The company put me on administrative leave. They're investigating whether I violated ethics policies by using a company event for personal gain. I said nothing. My followers are calling me a sociopath. The brand deals are gone. My friends won't answer my calls. Your content queens abandoned you? She flinched. I deserve that. What do you want, Chloe? To apologize and to explain. Explain what? How you decided to humiliate me for career advancement. It wasn't supposed to be humiliation. It was supposed to show how much you loved me, how you'd fight for us. By ambushing me with a fake breakup. She looked at the ground. When you say it like that, that's literally what it was. I got caught up in the metrics, the algorithms. Every relationship coach online says you need to create moments, manufacture drama. You thought I was a character in your story instead of a person with feelings. She started crying again. I wondered if she even knew anymore which tears were real and which were for effect. I still love you, she said. No, you love the idea of me. The boyfriend who looks good in photos, who gives you content, who plays his role. But you don't love me. You don't even know me anymore. That's not true. What's my biggest fear? She blinked. What? We've been together 2 years. What's my biggest fear? Silence. Public humiliation, I said quietly. Being made to look foolish in front of people. You knew that, and you did it anyway. 3 weeks later, I sat with my grandfather at his kitchen table. The chessboard was between us, pieces arranged for a new game. Saw you on the news, he said, moving his pawn. The news, that video thing, made the local morning show. They were debating whether it was real or staged. Everything's staged now, even the unstaged things. Not everything, he said, gesturing at the board. This is real. You and me playing chess. No cameras, no audience. Just us. That's all you need sometimes. We played in silence for a while. Through his kitchen window, I could see the neighbors' kids playing in the yard, their laughter carried on the autumn wind. I keep thinking, I said. Maybe I should have handled it differently, more privately. Why? Because now I'm part of the content too. The viral moment. I became what she wanted, just in a different way. Grandpa took my rook. You defended yourself with the truth. Nothing wrong with that. Still feels weird, having strangers discuss my relationship online. It'll pass. Next week they'll move on to someone else's drama. My phone buzzed. A text from an unknown number. A photo of Chloe at some influencer event, smiling with a new guy, #newbeginnings. I showed Grandpa. He studied it, then said, she moved on fast. She never stopped moving. That was the problem. You seeing anyone? Actually, yeah. Emma, the librarian I mentioned. How's that going? Slow, quiet, real. Good, he said, moving his queen. Real is good. I studied the board. In chess, like in life, sometimes the best move isn't the flashiest one. Sometimes it's the quiet pawn push that sets up everything else. Chloe texted yesterday, I said, from a new number. Said she's in therapy now, working on her social media addiction. You respond, no, that's her journey, not mine. Wise. She also said the breakup video has 8 million views now. She could have monetized it but didn't. Noble of her. Or strategic, trying to rehabilitate her image. Grandpa chuckled. Cynical. Realistic. We finished the game. I lost, but I'd seen it coming 5 moves ago. Sometimes you play out a loss just to learn from it. That evening, I met Emma for dinner at a small Italian place. No photos, no documentation. Just conversation and pasta and the sound of rain against windows. I looked you up, she admitted over dessert. Saw the video. And? Must have been hard. Having your private life become public entertainment. It was. But it taught me something. What's that? The difference between performing life and living it. She smiled. I don't even have Instagram. I know. It's one of my favorite things about you. Walking home, Emma took my hand. No cameras captured it. No one liked or shared or commented on the moment. It existed just for us. And somehow that made it more real than anything I'd had in the past 2 years. My phone stayed silent in my pocket. For the first time in years, I didn't feel the need to document anything. I just walked through the rain with someone who saw me as a person, not content. The performance was over. Life real, undocumented, unscripted life could finally begin.